It may be a little unconventional, but it makes me happy. I'm Nick Hudson and I haven't left this shower for 2 years. One day a couple years ago my wife said, "I wish I could stay in here forever." And that's when it clicked. I said, I'm gonna stay in here forever. A lot of people judge me or think I'm selfish, but if you find something that truly brings you peace, it doesn't matter what others think. First big question is always, how are you gonna make money? But I work from home, so I waterproofed my tablet and I was in business. Going to the bathroom is a new experience. Obviously, number 1 is easy. I just use this beautiful drain. But number 2 is admittedly a little trickier. I use this little bucket, and I hand it to my wife Susan, who empties it into the toilet. And of course, it's the perfect place for making love because you're already naked. And wet. Actually, we're gonna need a minute.
Oh, Nick, are you okay?
I think I broke my arm.
Call 911. We have to get you to the hospital.
Photographs capture the most formative moments of our lives, positive or negative. My job is to document that special day when one becomes two. I'm Tom Bird, and I'm a divorce photographer. For a lot of people, the day their divorce is finalized is the new happiest day of their life. They feel reborn, unshackled from the years of resentment and lies. I encourage people to get personal, vulnerable. Before we get to the I don'ts, sometimes the couple and I will return to the location of their first big fight to rekindle that energy. Occasionally we have to deal with the divorcezilla, but who doesn't get a little crazy when planning their first divorce? There's no wedding party, but there are lawyers. And they're often more enthusiastic than any maid of honor I've ever seen.
We're gonna be rich! Yes!
I'd argue that the glow returning to a woman's eyes after a long and sexless marriage is more beautiful than a sunset. Reconciliation does happen, and when it does, I'll capture it. But those photos don't go on the website. And I charge double. You guys just gonna give up like that? And I've even watched divorcees surprise their ex by bringing a new lover to the shoot.
Couldn't wait to see you. What's going on, man? Will you marry me?
Yoga is all about using your body to explore the limits of space. And in New York City, there isn't very much space to begin with, but you've got to make peace with what you've got. My name is Tina, and I run a yoga studio out of my one-bedroom apartment, which I share with my roommate. Yoga is freeing. This practice is about working with limitations to find freedom. Yoga helps us get out of our comfort zone and eliminate boundaries, because life doesn't have boundaries. Some people think it's odd to do this kind of work out of your home, but I find the constraints inspiring. Infinite possibility can be paralyzing, but the mind really gets creative in a defined space. People try to separate their lives into categories. This is my work life, this is my personal life, but those are false delineations. Separation exists only in the mind. I truly believe that teaching yoga in my own home has given me greater control over my body and mind. Oh, sorry.
Most people who have a long commute don't also get to exercise. I figured out a way to do both. My name is Greg Washburn, and I swim across New York City's East River to get to work every day. I heard that they were shutting down the L train, and I knew I had to do something. I live in Williamsburg, and I love it. I'm not gonna leave the neighborhood. I'd have to find another coffee shop. I'm from San Francisco. I used to swim in the Bay, so this is no big deal. People ask if it's illegal, and I say, hey, when has that ever stopped a white guy who wants to get his way? Plus, I get to wave at all the hipsters cycling over the bridge. Yes, it's a bit slower than riding a bike, but it's also a lot easier to eat while swimming. And I get to pretend like I'm an otter for a couple minutes every day. Working 60 hours a week on Wall Street means I have to be incredibly efficient with my time. So I squeeze in my morning meditation podcasts while I'm swimming. Yes, I'm swimming in 100 times the legal limit of fecal parts per million, but at least I'm not touching an MTA subway pole. People think CrossFit is tough. I say, why don't you try Cross the East River Fit, then tell me who's tougher. I think the results speak for themselves. And at the end of the day, I've got the respect of my peers. Hey, sorry I'm late. The current was crazy.